channel. Today I have a very exciting video for you guys. Yesterday I just received this cutie in my mail. This is a brand new eyeshadow palette from Coastal Scents. It's their Summer Breeze palette, and this is a very colorful and pretty palette. And when I received this palette, I was super excited and I couldn't wait, so I decided to review this palette for you guys. So today's video is going to be a review video on this palette. So let's get started. So this palette came in this packaging right here. The front looks like this, very colorful and tropical looking. It reminds me of summer. And I love the color theme going on here. It's really bright and pretty. The back looks like this. It just have a description of the palette which says Summer Breeze, a specially chosen array of warm and cool toned eyeshadows that complement the essence and all of the possibilities of a summer day. Apply shades either dry for a subtle look or wet for a more intense color effect. So you can use these colors wet or dry. They don't have any color names at the back. It says paraben free and they have a list of ingredients in the back. So yeah, that's about it. Very simple but really colorful and pretty packaging right here. When you open up this package, the eyeshadow palette came in this bubble wrap, so it was secure and nice, so which I really like. So here's the palette itself. It's a really nice sized palette. It's lightweight, so it's a magnetic lid, so it closes just like that. So it's easy to open, and I really like the packaging. I really like how compact it is. So once you open up the palette, you can see there are 12 eyeshadows here, all very colorful except for a few neutral colors. Most of these are very colorful and bright eyeshadows. And the only thing about this packaging is though it doesn't have a mirror, which is not very big of a deal. For my own preference, I do prefer having a mirror on my eyeshadow palettes, especially if I'm traveling with them. Then it's just easy to have a mirror right there and you can just apply your eyeshadows and you don't have to look for another mirror. But it's okay, I guess. Not having a mirror, it's not that big of a deal, but for my personal preference, I like having a mirror. So there's 12 different eyeshadows. I don't see any names for any of these eyeshadows, so I don't know what they are called. To me, they seem very similar to their Hot Pot eyeshadows, which I'll show you. So here's how one of their Hot Pot eyeshadow looks like. The one that I have is Caramelized right here. The size of the pan look exactly same as the ones right here. You can see they look pretty much exactly the same size. So this palette is a mixture of shimmer and matte eyeshadows. So there are a total of 6 matte eyeshadows, 5 shimmer eyeshadows, and 1 glitter eyeshadow. The one in the corner right here is the glitter eyeshadow. Since I don't have any names for these eyeshadows, not even in the back. So here's how the back look. Even on the back, you'd have no name for the eyeshadows. So I'm just going to describe the eyeshadows as I see them. So starting from the right top corner, this one is a very neutral and skin tone-ish color for pale skin. For my darker skin, this will be way lighter. It won't be a nude color for me, but then so it's more like a bone tone or nude color. And this is a matte color. The one next to it is more like a lime yellow color. This one is a matte color as well. The one next to it, the third one, is a gold color. I would say it's like a pure gold color. And this one is a shimmer color. The one next to it is more like a bronzy gold color. So it's gold with a little bit bronzy undertone in it. And this one is a shimmer color as well. From the right corner, second row, I have this minty green color. This one is a shimmer color as well. The one next to it is a very bright lime green color. This one is a matte color. The one next to it is a shimmery sea blue color. It's like, it's a very light blue, but then it's shimmery and it has like a pearly shimmery finish to it. And the one next to it is a blue color. I would say this is like a true blue color, and this one is a matte color. And from the last row, the first color, we have a very bright pink. This one is a matte color, and the one next to it is a shimmery pink color. This one is a very pretty pink with lots of shimmer in it. I love that color. And the one next to it is a purpley pink color, so it's more like a purple color with a little bit pink undertone to it. And this one is a matte color. And then the last color we have is purpley black color with blue, red, and purple glitter in it. And this one looks really pretty in the pan. I have not tried it yet, so I'm not sure how the glitter shows, but I did swatch, and in my swatch I could see glitter. But I think if you use a glitter primer underneath this color, you probably will be able to see the glitter a lot more. So overall, I like this palette. I love the packaging. I love the color that they have going on the. As far as the shadows go, most of these shadows are buttery and creamy when you touch it. The only color that felt kind of dry to me was this green one right on the second row. The second color feels very dry. Another one that felt a little bit dry but not as dry as the green one is a yellow one right here. These are the two colors that's kind of dry. Most of the matte shadows have fallouts. Like when you're touching with your finger, you cannot see much fallout, but when you use a brush to pick out the color, you can see the eyeshadow getting powdery. But if you dust off the extra, then it shouldn't be a problem. When I was applying these color, I did get some fallout, so watch out for that. The colors that I used on my eyes today is this purple one right here, the lime green one right here, I used this nude one, and this yellow one right here, and then this blue one right here. Most of these colors I use dry, but only this purple one on my lid, I used it wet, but I didn't make my brush too wet. I just lightly wet it. Seems like the intensity increases a little bit more when you make it wet. To me, it didn't make it super intense for this color at least. So as for the quality goes for these eyeshadows, most of the shimmery eyeshadows have a pretty good pigmentation. Best pigmentation out of all these color is this pink, shimmery pink color right here. This one has the best pigmentation. And then this minty green and this pure gold one is not as opaque as this pink one or the gold one right here. The glitter color right here is pretty pigmented as well. I really like this color, but it is pretty dusty, so you have to be a little bit careful or else you're gonna have a lot of fallout. For these four matte eyeshadows right here, these two, this one and this one, they feel very velvety and smooth when you touch them. When I swatch it on my hand, the pigmentation for this purple one was pretty good and the pink one was pretty good too. Blue one and this nude one had medium pigmentation. The opacity was medium, and for the yellow one and then the lime green one, especially the yellow one, was very sheer, and then the lime green was kind of medium as well, but it's more of a drier texture, so it doesn't feel so smooth. When I was applying these shadows on my eyes, they blended pretty nice. I did have to layer the colors to build up the color. I realized that this yellow one is very sheer on my eyes. You can hardly see on my skin tone. This one I kind of expected it to be kind of sheer, since this is most likely to set your eyeshadow base, or it's meant to be used for transition, I think. So I didn't expect it to be too pigmented, so it does a good job for a transition color or to set your eye primer. This one had the least pigmentation out of all of them. For the green one, I had a little bit issue with the pigmentation. It's not as pigmented, it's more on the sheer side. So if you want the pop-up color, you might have to kind of, you know, build it up slowly. I did not try it wet, so I don't know how it will work wet. For this pink one right here, even without any primer or even without making it wet, the pigmentation is really good, really opaque and really good. I'm not sure how much eyeshadow each of these pan contains, but then the whole palette contains about 0.55 ounce of product. I think you get a decent amount of product in this palette for the price. The price is $12.95 right now, and you get 12 eyeshadows in it. So basically you get each of the eyeshadows for about $1. For the price, the quality is really nice as well. Some of the eyeshadows didn't work for me, but some of them were really good, especially these two colors on the bottom row are my favorites. I really like these colors, and I don't have any eyeshadows like this one, so I'm really excited for this one. I'm really curious if these eyeshadows are from their Hot Pot eyeshadows or not, because they look pretty similar, but then they don't have any name on the palette, so I couldn't check if these are from Hot Pot or not. But I do own some Hot Pot eyeshadows from them, and when I dig through my collection, I pulled out a few eyeshadows that to me felt like was pretty close to the colors right here, and I'll show you those. And if you get this palette and still want some of their Hot Pot eyeshadows, then you probably could skip a few colors. I'll show you the ones that I thought was pretty similar. So the first one I have is this eyeshadow right here. It's called Caramelized from their Hot Pot, and this one is really similar to the bronzy gold one right here. The Caramelized is a little bit darker or more bronzy than the one in the palette. Not exact dupes, but pretty similar. I'll also swatch Caramelized color with the bronzy gold in the palette. When I swatch them next to each other, they look actually very different. Even though in the pan they look kind of similar, but when I swatch them, they look very different. The one in the pan is more gold, yellowish gold, whereas the caramelized color seems more bronzy. And both the colors are equally pigmented and they are both a little bit dusty, so you might have fallout, but they're really pigmented and very pretty colors, both of them. The second color I have is this blue, shimmery blue one, which is this Azure Frost. And this one is really similar to this blue one right here. It's really similar. The one in the palette is a little bit lighter than the one that I have in the hot pot, but they're so similar that when you swatch them, they're not that different. I will swatch it for you right now. They're both pretty pigmented, and when you swatch them, they pretty much look the same. I feel like the Azure Frost is a little bit more bluer, but if you apply this eyeshadow on your eyelid, I don't think you'll be able to tell much of a difference. If you have the palette, then you can probably skip the Azure Frost. The next one I have is this pink one right here. It's a shimmery pink as well, and it's called Boolean Pink. And this one's really similar to the shimmery pink right here in the palette, in the bottom of the palette. As the other one as well, the one in the palette is a little bit more pinkier and has a more silver undertone to it, so it's a little bit more lighter pink, whereas the Boolean Pink is a little bit more darker and a little purpley to me, but they look very similar to me, and I will swatch it for you as well to compare. As you can see, they're really similar as well. They're both really pigmented. I like the texture of the pink that's on the palette a little bit more, because the Boolean Pink, even though I like the color more, can be a little bit powdery and you might have more fallouts on the Boolean Pink than the one in the palette. And the last one I have is this bright green eyeshadow. It's called Vibrant Green, and this one is pretty similar to the one in the palette right here. Even though the Vibrant Green is a little bit more green undertone, whereas the green in here has a little bit yellowish undertone, but they're very similar. I like the Vibrant Green a little bit more. They're pretty close to each other. I'll swatch it for you guys as well. So when you swatch it next to each other, the Vibrant Green looks way more vibrant and green. In the container, it looks very similar. I feel like the Vibrant Green have a better pigmentation compared to the green in the palette. It's more like a medium pigmentation, whereas the Vibrant Green is very pigmented. The texture of the Vibrant Green feels more smooth and more buttery. So yeah, that's all I have for this palette today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this palette, and what are your thoughts about the color, the packaging, and everything. Check in the description box below for all my social media links and product details. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, my blog. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button down below so that you can be notified about all my upcoming videos. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. I will really appreciate that, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!